Here are a list of our group members consisting of 9 members: Đỗ Hoàng Dương, Đào Linh Giang, Nguyễn Gia Minh, Mai Khanh, Nguyễn Ngọc, Thuỷ, Tiên, Võ Khánh Linh, Hoàng Hải Khanh, Nguyễn Thị Thu Trang, and Nguyễn Minh Hợp. Why can't some people get necessary information on the internet quickly? So there are 3 main reasons. The first reason being information overload. So many sources of information on the internet, people easily get overwhelmed. Anyone can find everything they want online, leading to a huge amount of information circulating on the internet. So their brains become fatigued when making too many decisions at the same time, and therefore they waste a lot of money searching for information. Information on the internet is undeniably not as reliable as other sources, like the television or newspaper. There's no one online to fact check everything and ban all harmful content. So people can post whatever they want online, and their post may even become very popular despite its false or misleading information. For example, YouTube channels 5-Minute Crafts or Troom Troom have many views, although some of their tips or hacks are extremely dangerous and can cause severe injuries. And the final reason is that they don't know the efficient way to look for information online. So searchers can easily get sidetracked by other things, or they don't restrict their time looking for information. And lastly, they don't know the tips and tricks to get the necessary information. And these tips and tricks will be explained in our next part.
Given that we have studied the reasons why people can't get necessary information on the internet quickly, let's find out some way to search information correctly and quickly on the internet. First, let's have an overview about searching tools for information. The tools we use for searching information online are called search engines. There are plenty of searching engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, to name just a few. Now, what is the search engine? A search engine is a software system that is designed to carry out web searches. They search the World Wide Web in a systematic way for particular information specified in the textual web search query. The search results are generally presented in a line of results, often referred to as search engine result pages. The information may be a mix of links to web pages, images, videos, infographics, articles, research papers, and other types of files. Some search engines also mine data available in databases or open directories. Here's an important note. Internet content that is not capable of being searched by a web engine is generally described as the deep web. Now let's look at some popular search engines. The first and most popular search engine, Google. It can search for images, videos, maps, news story, shopping, etc. It can cope with spelling mistakes and translate non-English language pages, returning the greatest variety of results, and it has by far the largest catalog of pages. There's also Bing, Microsoft's own search engine. It is the default engine in Edge, and it has more extensive autocomplete results, where the search engine tries to narrow down the search for you. Yahoo also returns results from Bing with added features from Yahoo. It offers search as part of a wide range of services that include news and shopping. There's also DuckDuckGo. This search engine emphasizes privacy. It doesn't track or profile users, which means that everyone carrying out the same search will see the same result. In our country, there's some popular search engine. For example, CốcCốc. CốcCốc is one of the biggest local browser and search engine company in Vietnam. There's also Yandex, one of Europe's most popular search engine, and also Baidoo, one of China's most popular engine. There's also some peer review or scholarly sources. We use iDiscover to search the holding of the University of Cambridge, including articles in journals and online resources. There's also bibliographic database. Most academic subjects have subject-specific bibliographic databases, allowing you to research for reading in your subject and to create your own reading list. Now, let's look at the efficient researching process. Step 1. Clarify the information you need. Make questions about what you search for to clarify your goal. For example, if you're interested in the import of rice, Ask yourself some questions such as, what are the countries or areas that you need information about the rice import? Is it the statistic about rice import in the past or at the present? After that, break down your search into small terms. Try to find synonyms of those small terms that can be used for the searching process. Step 2. Input the keywords. Type the keywords in the search box, then click enter and all the webs with the keywords will be listed out. However, sometimes it's hard to find the information you want like this. To get better search results, try using the advanced search feature. There are some tips when inputting the keywords. Use the plus sign before the two popular search words that the search engine may miss. Use the subtraction sign to leave out the unwanted words in the search result. Use the quotation mark. For the exact words you type between the quotation mark. Use OR if you want one of the terms to show up in the search result. Use NOT to leave out the unwanted results. Step 3. Choose the search engine. Choose the suitable search engine for the information that you need. And you must understand the engine's way of working and paraphrase your request to get the best result from the engine. Try to use various search engines for the research and examine the results and use technical terms used in the results to search again. There are several ways to narrow down your search. You need to find information in specific categories, find related websites, or find information in a specific topic or inside a specific website. You need to revive the dead sites and search through the images. Step 4. Seek for advice from experts. If you cannot find information you need through search engines, find help from the experience. Besides that, you can also send your question to online groups or forums to help. Step 5. If you don't succeed after doing all of those steps above, yet try again. Don't feel disappointed when you don't find what you need. To become a skilled searcher, you only need to review what you've done and find different ways, better phrase the question, use different wordings, or even reconsider your final goal. You'll eventually get used to the search engine. The final step, review and evaluate the search results. Not all information on the internet is reliable. Therefore, it is important to check the accuracy of anything you find on the internet. Before clicking, check the title, URL, or snippets. .edu signifies that the page is created by an educational institution. .gov signifies that the page is created by a government department or body. .org or .org signifies that the page is created by an organization, usually a not-for-profit or a charity. .com or .com.vn, for example, signifies a commercial site. There are also other things you need to take into consideration to evaluate the search results. For example, the last update date of the information, the author's academic level or experience in the field, or the opinion presented in the results. Are they biased or objective? Now, let's move on to the final part of our presentation, presented by Hoàng Dương.
Now we'll talk about the comparison between fast searchers and slow searchers. So there are some reasons that some people get necessary information more quickly than the other. So the first reason is the way that they determine the keywords, which are words or phrases associated with a particular document or that describes the contents of a particular document. So the people that get necessary information quickly, they will have clear and transparent keywords, while others will have ambiguous keywords to define, or their keywords are too long, so those words may not appear on the websites. For example, when you want to look for a recipe for chocolate chip cookies, the people that get necessary information quickly, they will write chocolate chip cookies recipe, so they get the information more quickly. And the other ones, they just write chocolate cookies in general, so the search results are too much, including all the history, invention, or the nutrition facts, or also the brands that selling chocolate cookies. So this may slow down their speed that they get the information. So the number 2 reason for this difference is the search techniques that we already mentioned in the previous part. So people that know about the advanced search technique and know how to use them so they can get the information more quickly than the others that don't know about the search techniques and just search for information as normal. So for example, when you want to look up for a microeconomics textbook and you write microeconomics to find, people that know about the search techniques, they can use the file type :PDF when they search for a microeconomics textbook, and the search results will be narrowed down, and it will only appear the PDF of microeconomics textbooks, while the others just search for microeconomics in general. So the search results will appear too much, including irrelevant ones like journals or magazines or something like that. And also, people that use various search engines for different search purposes can also get their necessary information more quickly than those that just use only one search engine for everything that they search. And another reason that differentiates fast searchers and slow searchers are the time restriction of their searching activities. So those that focus on the goal and spend their limited time wisely on the right information can get their necessary information more quickly than those that are easily distracted by information from many different sources, or they just surf the net for information really mindlessly. So those are some of the reasons that some people get necessary information more quickly and some don't. Okay, so this is the end of our presentation, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, both two. It's time for the discussion. I want to hear some questions, some comment from the other student in our class about the presentation of group 2. If you want to ask group 2 some more detail about the tips and the way to search the information from the internet, please make a question.
Teacher, can I have a question?
Yes, sure.
My name is Thạch Hà Trang.
Thạch Hà Trang, okay. Come on.
I'm not quite get clearly about your step 2. Can you show the slide for the step 2 again for me, please? Can you explain again some tips? Because I see that those tips are quite new for me. And yeah, can you explain more?
Okay, I got the slide of the step 2 here. So that as you can see, like for example on Google, there's some tips. There's some tips you need to know in order to like maximize your search results. Like for example, you use the plus sign before the 2 popular search words that the search engine may miss. Use the subtraction sign to leave out the unwanted words in the search results. I think the third one is the most useful tips. You need to use the quotation mark for the exact words you type between the quotation mark in order to narrow down your search results. You can use OR if you want one of the terms to show up in the search results and use not to leave out the unwanted results. I think that you should screenshot this slide and you can test it out, these tips on your own.
Can you take some examples for me about the 2 popular search words?
I think it will be better if you open the search engine and show the way to input the keyword into the search line. Can you open the browser and show out how can you apply the tips when inputting the keyword? First of all, I want to search about the Võ Nguyên Giáp road. I don't want to know information about the general Võ Nguyên Giáp. I want to know about the Võ Nguyên Giáp road. How can you apply the tips?
We will use the quotation mark to add Võ Nguyên Giáp road together and not separate the 2 words. Okay, I will help you. Stop sharing your screen. I will do. Can you see my screen now? Okay, I open the Google provider. This is the search engine. When I type Võ Nguyên Giáp, the first result on the screen, that is the general Võ Nguyên Giáp.
about the person. And the most information you can see on the screen, that is the general Võ Nguyên Giáp. You can see here. But I want to know about the Võ Nguyên Giáp road. I will add the keyword, and I add the plus sign immediately in front of the road. Sorry, it must be Vietnamese. Trường. And then minus. I don't want to get the result about the general Giáp. That's why I add the minus sign here. And because Đại tướng true word, that's why I have to put the quotation here. And most information you can see that is about the Võ Nguyên Giáp road. And nothing about the general Võ Nguyên Giáp. You cannot see any personal information about Mr. Võ Nguyên Giáp. Can you get the tips? It is very simple example when you apply the tips when searching the information on the internet. Why the searching the information on the internet is very important topic for all of you, because when you study in university for 4 years and after you graduate you go to work and you have to search information many times. So if you know the way to search information on the internet, it can help you a lot. So that's why it is very important topic. Please remember the search engine that is different from the browser. The browser, that means the application you want to open to access the internet, for example, Safari or Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. But the search engine, that is the search service. Google is from Google, Baidoo from Baidoo, and Bing from Microsoft, and Yahoo from Yahoo Corporation. And you can use Safari or Firefox or one browser to access these services. So the most important when you search information on the internet, that is which service, which search engine you will use. I think the most popular, the most powerful search engine now, that is the Google. But in some space purpose, you can use some different search engine service. For example, when you search something in Chinese, you can use the Baidoo service. Okay, how about the other student in the class? Any question and any comment? No? Okay, the last slide, the references, number 20, please. I can see the first reference. Đó trình tin học Đại Cương. Where can you get this book? Can you show us this book?
It's a version you recommend and introduce to us in our group too.
When you put something in the references, that means you get the data, you get the information from that material to help you to prepare, help you to study the presentation. Why you cannot see this book and you add the book in the references? That's why I asked. I want to see the book. If you don't have the book, you cannot add in the references. You got it?
Yes, you got it.
And I send you a file, but I cannot see the file here. So please be careful to add something in the references. Only exactly the book, the material you are reading, exactly what can help you to study, you can add here. Don't add the other. Don't add the book you don't see, you don't read. Okay, thank you.